I wanted to tell you about my New York City trip. I went with a girlfriend who is also a teacher. Actually, she's also a preschool special ed teacher, just like I am, but in a different county. So she is really fun. Our sons are on the same soccer team. And we went on a bus that takes us from our area up to New York. They leave at 4:30 in the morning. They drop you off at New York at 10 a.m. and then they pick you back up at 7:30. So then you get to be in New York all day. Well, she had two cousins in New York that she hadn't seen in a while. So it really worked out because we were able to hang out with her cousins in the morning because their schedule, that's when they were free. And they showed us around. Her one cousin bought us like bus passes and brought us to Bryant Park, which was crazy. We went and got pictures right next to the statue that was in the Ghostbusters movie. Anyways, my sister also lives in the New York suburbs, and she was willing to stand in the TKTS line for us. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's where you get in line the day of the Broadway shows, and they sell all the tickets for that day at a discount. Now, we were in a situation where we're only there for one day, we're only there for a few hours. We did not want to spend a couple of our hours in line. She got us Back to the Future tickets, which is so awesome because that was all of our first choice. We also went with another cousin of ours, of mine and my sister, although I didn't get a picture of her because she got there literally right as the play was starting, but she did come with us. And then, so amazing show, Back to the Future. It had everything. It had like lights and sound and the singing and dancing, of course a good storyline if you already know the movie. It was so good in so many ways. I consider it second best to Hamilton out of all the Broadway shows I've seen. It was that good. So, and it was all of our first choices, and we got it at a pretty good discount too. So that was great. So then afterwards, we went out to dinner. After the dinner was over, my cousin that was with us, she is the project manager for a lot of the light shows that you see around the town. So she acted as our tour guide, took us around. She wore a neon green hat because then we could follow her, and that really worked. Like sometimes, especially if we lost her, she took the hat off and held it up. My sister's husband and her husband also met us there after the show, and they ate dinner with us and did the light show with us. So that was really cool. So we stood in line to get pictures under this one tree, and my sister's husband was still on her way. So literally as it was our turn to get up and take a picture, and we were about to get our picture taken, he comes running and runs in the picture. So it's so perfect. So that's why he's next to me in the picture instead of his own wife, because it just happened that way. The crowds were nuts, and that is putting it lightly. I mean, there were times you couldn't even move. There was one time you were like stuck trying to cross the street, and you were bumper to bumper, people the whole time, people pushing, getting through, the traffic was crazy. I mean, it was nuts. My brother-in-law has lived there like all his life and gone to New York in December a lot, and he told me that is the worst he's ever seen it. In addition, I think what also made the crowds crazy, it was like Santa Day. So a bunch of people dress up in Santa suits. It's usually people in their own 20s. They bar hop. So everywhere you went, you saw people dressed up as Santas. They'd be singing in the street. But anyways, that was my day in New York. We literally, from the time we got there till we left, we were busy. We were so lucky we happened to have tour guides all day. First my friends' cousins, then my sister and my cousins. So it was awesome. And then after we did the light show, it was time to go back to the bus. Our bus ended up being late because there were so many people. If you get a chance to go to New York, I highly recommend it. I love visiting that city. One of those cities I would love to visit but never want to live in. Anyways, if you want me to do a video about how to get Broadway tickets on a teacher's salary, let me know in the comments. And if you're watching this later, maybe I already have a video about that, and I'll link it below.